Shalom. Call on Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash. Call on Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash. Giving all praises to the great Ali Shizer, the great I Am, the possessor of heaven and earth, the spirits of heaven and earth. Giving all love and praises as well as to Yahweh Shai, the Adonai, the Muhammad Shiach, the light of this world, my Redeemer, my Comforter, and my salvation. And only one to plead his blood over Israel, the only nation, granted for a salvation. Woohoo! And giving much respect to the double honors to great millstone, the strong men, the high apostles, the chosen ones to get this wisdom, knowledge, and truth through Yahweh Shai from his only begotten, from his holy Father Yahweh. And they give me the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for the stability of the times and the things that are coming ahead. Double honors to great millstone. And shalom to the Akim, the men that's in this word. You may not be from great millstone, but you still follow them. And you learn, you still follow them. You watch their videos and you attend their classes on YouTube. And you risk your freedom in life to do so. You do the work on the highways and byways. And you do the work at home. Shalom to you, brothers. Now, shalom to the beautiful sisters, the Akwaf, the beautiful women that's in the word. And whether you got a man or not, you still fear the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh. And you listen and you learn in silence. Coming back at you with another, let me fix this. Hopefully, there you go. Coming back at you with another video through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai. And this video is going to be about the end of the world at the beginning. So we're going to start from, I just want to get this because it's my favorite and it's good edification with the beginning. And the strange part about the beginning is that the beginning is translated differently. So now if you read, I do believe it's called Baruch. Genesis is called Baruch, and it's this one Bible that translates the words back to Paleo-Hebrew, and the Paleo-Hebrew, it says something different. It says something different, and how Genesis starts is way different. So we can get to that because a lot of people don't understand that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has a grand design. And his grand design is that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High has power, you know what I'm saying? And he can give power, you know what I'm saying, to others, you know, and particularly Yahweh Shai. So, you know, the Most High said, did I ever get up and create the universe and the earth and the stars and the sun and everything that is? The Most High came up with the idea, but he wasn't the one that created. He created it with the blueprint, but he gave that authority to Yahweh Shai. So we're going to be able to explain that right now while we get into the end of the world at the beginning. So, you know, we can start from Genesis because Genesis is actually pretty cool when you have the right edification. It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So they would be like, oh, God did this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the Almighty himself. And the Most High, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, I gave the idea up, but I wasn't the one who created this. You know what I'm saying? The Most High said, my son did this. Yahweh Shai had did it. Because if you understand Yahweh Shai's words, it says, I am the Alpha and I am the Omega. I am the beginning. I am the end. So when Yahweh Shai says that, Yahweh Shai is actually transferring to the first spirit. He was the first spirit that Yahweh ever created, and he was Adam on the earth. So the first spirit was Yahweh Shai, the one that's perfect and the beautifulest one and the best spirit that the Lord had ever created. It was his own son, Yahweh Shai. And that was the first thing that Yahweh thought of. It was a child, you know what I'm saying, a son. And this son would be God, a God. You know what I'm saying? So Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you know, call on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Almighty, because the Most High is very beautiful and compassionate. So the first thing that he wanted was a son, and he had created a son, you know what I'm saying? Gave him being, you know what I'm saying? Gave him life, gave him the spiritual body and made his son look just like him. So it tells you, and later on in the Bible, I do believe in Matthew, it tells you, if you've seen the son, then you've seen the father. So Yahweh Shai and his father look exactly the same, which is why he encourages us, because we are God's children. So he encourages us to have short hair and a beard, because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has a nice short afro and a beard, and Yahweh Shai has the same thing, a short afro and a beard. And the apostles and everybody that follow, all the men of Israel should have that. You know what I'm saying? That's just law, and that's just how we are original creations. If we didn't have the necessities that we have today, then in the past, which everything were a little bit more primitive in the ancient world, we didn't have clippers and razors, you know what I'm saying, to edge ourselves up. And we were more formal in our past lives in the ancient world. So, we had Yahweh with us. So, we would allow our beards to grow out and allow our afros, to reach a certain length. We did have like little choppers or whatever, but, overall, we didn't have the stuff that we have today to give us decorative hairlines, which is a sin. You know what I'm saying? Beard lineups is a sin. Those things you going off, when you do those things, or cutting your beard off is going off too. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have those things back in the ancient world. So we look like the Most High. All of the men looked like the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Back in those days, they were different shades of brown, but they looked like God. You know what I'm saying? So, when everybody saw Israel, they feared them because they looked like the Father, Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai. And, they all the men looked like God, and they was mighty, and they was buff as hell. Some of them was incredibly strong, and they were beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. It says in the beginning Yahweh Shai. They call them Alahayim, or powers. So Yahweh Shai is the chief power, and through his father Yahweh, he got the blueprint of the cosmos and the world. You know what I'm saying? And he gave it to his angels, which are the elect, the ones that were chosen. You know what I'm saying? And you had the elect, which were the chief angels, and then you had the 2/3 and the 1/3. So the 2/3 was good in the beginning, and the 1/3, they good, but we was all a nation. We was all angels before we came down here. That's why the children of Israel are so special. So it says, in the beginning, the powers, al Alahayim, created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. So he talking about the earth wasn't made yet. The universe was made first. So the Most High had, that was the first idea on this blueprint. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai gave his son Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai passed it to the elect. The elect passed it to Israel, because the 1/3 and the 2/3 were one. So that's to Israel. You know what I'm saying? And these angels, you know what I'm saying, that had the chain of command. We made the cosmos. You know what I'm saying? We made the universe and the stars and the other planets and everything else in multitude, because the void is the cosmos. It says, and the spirit, it says, and the spirit of Yahweh was, no, the spirit of the powers was hovering over the face of the waters. Then the power said, let there be light, and light there was, because Alahayim goes back to the spirit of this spiritual power, no, powers, meaning Yahweh Shai, the chief power, the first power, and the angels, which is the elect, the 144,000 in Israel. So that's how important Israel is. They are the angels. We angels here in the flesh. We've been put here to be tested and to be tried. That's just what it is. Some angels stayed in heaven, and some angels were put down here on the earth, and that's how it is, because they have a hierarchy and a lowerarchy. Some of us angels is put here in the flesh to be able to experience the world that we created. And that's straightforward. So it says, It says, then the power said, let there be light, and there was light. And the power saw the light that it was good. Meaning Yahweh Shai saw the light that it was good. And Yahweh, it says, and the powers divided the light from the darkness. So they separated it. It says, meaning that you got the cosmos, and then you got, you know what I'm saying, the earth and all that. And it says, the light, and he separated the light from the darkness. So now the earth got this little shade on it, you know, besides you. Well, actually, no, he talking about the stars. Bam, there it is. It says, and yeah, the powers called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. So you know what I'm saying. The evening and the morning were the first day. When the sun goes down in the evening, that is the beginning of the next day. I do believe, if they, because I learned from the apostles. So when the sun goes down, when it hits evening, that's the end of the day. And when the sun comes back up, that's the beginning of the new day. It or should I say, it says, and the powers called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evenings and the mornings were the first day. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Yeah. Because the morning, the evening, the day starts at the evening. So the time is different for the daytime. You know what I'm saying? In the nighttime, you know. So the evening and the morning were the first day. The evening was the day that it ended. And then when the morning came, the new day was there. But this in particular, it tells you in the passage later on that one day is 1,000 years in the eyes of Yahweh. So it took them 1,000 years to create these boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So they made the earth, you know, and the earth had it said to separate the light from the darkness, meaning that not only they like made the stars and all that, but the earth has this shade around it. So half the earth is dark and half the earth you can see that's light. It has a shade on it. So that is true, and that's without the sun or the moon. Those properties are there on their own. So it says, then the power said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So now if you go to the beach, you know what I'm saying, and you look, you can also see the blue sky, and you can see the blue water. Why? Because the water that's in the sky is the firmament. That's the first sea. That's what they call it, the first sea, which is like the first level of heaven, but that's the first sea. When you look down at the waters, you know what I'm saying, that's the first, that's the second sea, is the sea itself that's on the ground. But the sea in heaven, that's the first sea, you know. So you see that. So now the things that you think, you know, that Esau trained you on, he'd be like, oh, that's the sky, and then that's the sea. No, that's the first sea, and that's the second sea. That's how it was originally pronounced. It's the same how the prophets revealed, you know, even time is messed up. The days are messed up. The years are messed up. You know what I'm saying? They switched the instead of having the holy days of Yahweh, they switched them and gave them pagan holidays instead. You know, we just had a day to where it was Labor Day on a high holy day, which is the new moon. You know what I'm saying? So that is, you know, per se. Or when they say Monday, they're supposed to actually say day one. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all these days of the week are mentioned after white gods and white leaders. That's what they, and throughout time, you know. And it's supposed to be day one, day two, day three, instead of us having you know what I'm saying, the time tell us, you know what I'm saying, in the days, we know in the signifying which days they actually run on moon cycles, the days, you know what I'm saying. So you got the high holy days that run on certain moon phases, and you got the days itself that run on certain moon phases too. Well, actually, yeah, it runs on the sun and the moon, which is the day and the night. But the cycle for the moon is different. You know, the hours and the times that the moon on is different, and it has different properties too. So I have made a joke, you know, tonight when I was listening to the prophets, and you know, during the end of days, the time, everything is going to be severely destroyed, and everything is going to be severely messed up to the point to where you're not going to know the times, the days, the seasons, and the years because of what you were taught. You know, the people that's not in the truth, what they was taught Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? The morning and the evening thing, the day and the night thing is even different. You know, time is different. You know, and they are not aware, you know what I'm saying, of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible. So they're not gonna understand, and they're gonna, what I call, time displacement. You know what I'm saying? So there'll be, and time displacement is very easily. You can very easily get this confused. You know, it's like a person. If you took time from them, like you put somebody in a box. You know what I'm saying? And you took all the properties from them. No, you kept them in that box so long, you know what I'm saying? Or in it, like, you know, a jail cell that doesn't show light, that doesn't show anything, not even the sun. And you left them there for like a, you know, like at least 4 to 5 months. They wouldn't know what time it was. They wouldn't know what day it is. They wouldn't know. They would try to keep track, you know, with like telemarks and calculations. But, you know, in time, they would lose their mind. And when you pulled them out, they wouldn't know what time or day or season it was, even if the sun was out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's time displacement. It's not hard. You know, so at the end of the day, everything that you thought you knew, you don't know at all. And you got to know these things. So when the crap hit the fan, you'll be able to, you know, be guided by the stars. You'll be able to, the Most High, be able to show you when to worship the high holy days. You know what I'm saying? You'll understand moon cycles. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll know what time day is, you know, because all that stuff is going to pass away, and you'll need to know the things that's in the Bible in order to survive. So it says, then thus Yahweh made, no, thus the powers made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And Yahweh, no, I mean Salakia, and the powers called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. That's the second 1,000 years. So the Most High is watching Yahweh Shai, his son, put in work with the commands and all the power. Yahweh Shai created us. You know what I'm saying? The children of Israel. We're all Israel. The angels, the 144,000, all of them. So, you know, we created, you know what I'm saying, the earth and the cosmos and the stars, everything that you see as it is this day. So the Most High, Yahweh Shai, is pushing out extreme power, and the angels are helping him, like Michael, you know, Satan, you know what I'm saying, Gabriel, Uriel, you know, and all the other angels that we don't know about, including 144,000 and the 1/3 and the 2/3. And I repeat, the 2/3, when they were, you know, pure and holy. You know, we was going down there obeying the commands by the power given to us by Yahweh Shai. And 2,000 years later, we had made the heavens. And now you go outside, you see the sky. They call that the first heaven. You know, when you get to that second level, the first heaven, and then the cosmos and the stars are the second heaven. I do believe so, if I'm getting it right. Where is my booklet? Did I write it in my booklet? I don't think I did. I don't think I wrote it in this booklet, the order of the heavens. Because I'm getting it right, but, you know, to be edified is very important. If not, then it's fine. There it is. I was smart and I wrote it down. It says the three heavens. It says the earth and the ozone layer. It says the space and the stars is the second earth heavens. The spiritual realm or the fourth dimension, and then paradise is the spirit, and everyone in the world goes there. That's paradiso. It says when they die, even Edomites go there. They do. So the three heavens is the earth and the ozone layer, space and the stars is the third heaven. No, the second heaven, and the third heaven is the spiritual realm, or the fourth dimension, or paradiso. So that's what that is. You know, the firmament, the sky. Good breakdown. I'm glad I keep my notes. Keep your notes. They're very important. So whatever you don't remember, you can always check your notes. So it says, and Yahweh, no, I mean, and the powers 1,000 years later, because one day in the eyes of Yahweh is 1,000 years. Time is different. It says, then Yahweh, and then the power said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And the powers called the dry land earth, and gathered together the waters they called seas, and the powers saw that it was good. Then the powers said, let the earth bring forth grass. So they're making this. The angels are going down there and making this. This is a lot of work around the clock. It says, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit that yields seed, fruit according to its kind. So you wonder why you can go and you can eat the tree, now the apple off the tree, and it's edible to man. Because the Yahweh, through his son, Yahweh Shai, they made all this, and the powers that be, the angelic powers, we made all this. It says, and who seated in itself on the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. That's, the earth. They don't call it Mother Nature, they call it the earth. It says the earth, or seed, or tree, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And the power saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. 1,000 years later, it says, then the power said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night. See, now they made the sun and the moon, and let them be for signs. That's the sun and the moon, and for seasons, and for days, and for years. You see that? Time itself is governed on the moon, mainly the moon's purposes and its phases, and the sun too. The sun does its thing too, but they're made for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, and it was so. It says, then then the powers made two great lights. It says, the light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. You see that? Then the stars come in after the boundaries of time, the days and the years and the seasons are set by the two great lights. It says, the powers set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. That's the Alahayim, but that's the definition with the stars. They make the sky look pretty, It says, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the powers saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the fourth day. 1,000 years later, it's been 4,000 years. It take time to make these things. It says, so then then the power said, let the waters abound with abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above across the face of the firmament of the heavens. So the powers created the great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, which the waters abounded according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And Yahweh, I keep saying Yahweh. It says, and the power saw that it was good. It says, and the powers blessed him, saying, be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters and seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth. So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Then the power said, let the earth bring forth living creatures according to its kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth, each according to its kind, and it was so. And the powers made the beast of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And the powers saw that it was good. It says, then the powers said, let us make man in our image. So this is the sixth day. Let us make man in our image according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So, did they say Adam was the first man on the earth? No, he was just the owner of the earth. Okay? He was the supreme one on the earth, him and his wife Eve. But mainly Adam. But there were people on the earth before Adam came into play. Which is that, verse right there. It says, then the power said, let us make man in our image according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of them. You see that? Bam. It was people there before Adam was made. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So the powers made man in his own image. In the image of the powers, he created him. Male and female, he created them. It says, then the powers blessed them, and the powers said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. And the power said, I have given you every herb. I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth. It says, and every tree whose fruit yields seed, to you it shall be for food, also to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is life. I have given every green herb for food, and it was so. Then the powers saw everything that they made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Then the heavens and the earth and all of the host of them were finished. And the seventh day the powers ended their work which they had done, and they rested on the seventh day from all the work which they had done. Ooh, let me get up. My back is hurting. That's annoying. But it's all good. It says, then the powers blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it they rested from all the work they done, which the powers had created and made. 7,000 years completion. This is the history of the heavens and the earth when they were created, in the day that the powers had made the earth and the heavens, before any plant of the field in the earth, and before any herb of the field had grown. For the powers had not caused it to rain on the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But a mist went up from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. It says, then the powers formed man out of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. So out of all the people, which is the dust, That's the people. You know what I'm saying? And the dust is brown, so it's nothing but dark-skinned people on the earth. So out of the dust of the ground and into his and breathe into his nostrils the breath of life. So Adam had a family. You know what I'm saying? And when the powers gave birth, when the powers had the mother give birth, she gave birth to a supreme being, and his supreme being was Adam, aka Yahushai. So it says, and because the dust represent people, so that's how we know this is what they talking about. Because they made people in the garden, and this is the Garden of Eden, aka the world, because it's the garden. The world is the garden. It says, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. The powers planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground the powers made every tree grow that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life was also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So the knowledge of good and evil was of peoples, okay? Because the tree represents peoples. So it says, now a river went out of Eden from to water the garden, and from there it parted and became 4 riverheads. And with that, I'm going to make a part 2. Call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. In the name of Yahushua, I'm going to bring a part 2 right now.